Wow, Navarre! Your technique with the sword? It's impressive.
As is yours. Maybe next time we shouldn't hold back so much.
You were holding back? Huh. Anyway, I'm just looking forward to the day when this war is over.
Is that so? I couldn't care less.
Huh? Then why are you even here?
It's simple. I like to fight. When one fight is over, I just move on to the next.
So, you're just going to fight forever?
What else is there to do?
I don't think I've ever heard anything so sad in my entire life. I only fight in this world and my own because I want peace to prevail.
A peaceful world sounds pretty boring to me.
Really? To me it sounds like a paradise. Here's the thing. If you keep allying yourself with people like me, won't you end up helping us bring about peace anyway?
Right now, I work for the Altean army and take orders from Prince Marth. When he no longer has a need for me, I'll join another army and fight for them. Wherever there is man, there is war. Maybe it'll be among mountain bandits, or as a fighter in an arena.
Okay. So you're basically saying you don't care about anything or anyone.
Relationships with other people never seem to serve a purpose.
What? The only reason I fight is for other people. It gives me strength.
But what motivates you doesn't necessarily motivate me. In fact, I don't see what your reasons for fighting have to do with mine at all.
I guess. How about we try a little experiment? I'm going to try and prove that you should care about other people. And I bet you'll find that it makes you even stronger.
Does this experiment require any effort on my end?
None at all. All you have to do is let me hang out with you until this war ends.
Fine. I'm warning you. You're going to be very disappointed with the results.
If you say so, but I think your life's about to change for the better.
Wow, Navarre. Your technique with a sword, it's impressive.
As is yours. Maybe next time we shouldn't hold back so much.
You were holding back? Huh. Anyway, I'm just looking forward to the day when this war is over.
Is that so? I couldn't care less.
Huh? Then why are you even here?
It's simple. I like to fight. When one fight is over, I just move on to the next.
So, you're just going to fight forever?
What else is there to do?
I don't think I've ever heard anything so sad in my entire life. I only fight in this world and my own because I want peace to prevail.
A peaceful world sounds pretty boring to me.
Really? To me it sounds like a paradise. Here's the thing. If you keep allying yourself with people like me, won't you end up helping us bring about peace anyway?
Right now, I work for the Altean army and take orders from Prince Marth. When he no longer has a need for me, I'll join another army and fight for them. Wherever there is man, there is war. Maybe it'll be among mountain bandits, or as a fighter in an arena.
Okay. So you're basically saying you don't care about anything or anyone?
Relationships with other people never seem to serve a purpose.
What? The only reason I fight is for other people. It gives me strength.
But what motivates you doesn't necessarily motivate me. In fact, I don't see what your reasons for fighting have to do with mine at all.
I guess. How about we try a little experiment? I'm going to try and prove that you should care about other people. And I bet you'll find that it makes you even stronger.
Does this experiment require any effort on my end?
None at all. All you have to do is let me hang out with you until this war ends.
Fine. I'm warning you. You're going to be very disappointed with the results.
If you say so. But I think your life's about to change for the better.
Ho, Navarre. Do you have a moment? I witnessed you in battle. Your swordsmanship reminds me of that of my father, King Sumeragi.
I see. So your father was a swordsman as well. Tell me, whose skills are greater? Yours or your father's?
Well, everything I know, I learned from him. And there were things he didn't teach me, Strategy, special tactics, and more.
Then he is stronger than even the great Ryoma. I would like to challenge him.
If he were alive, I'm sure he would accept your challenge.
So he is no longer with us. A shame.
Yes. He fell victim to cowardly political treason and lost his life. But his legacy lives on in the great kingdom of Hoshido.
It is interesting that you compare me to him. I feel we're nothing alike. For instance, I am a skeptic. I would never succumb to a treasonous plot. And the idea of leaving a legacy behind after my death is ridiculous.
But you are alike in your tireless pursuit of strength. In that regard, I stand by my assessment that you are, in fact, quite similar. But I suppose your character is different, even if you possess similar drive.
That's exactly right. Your father sought power in order to strengthen himself as a leader. I, on the other hand, am merely a killer. A hired sword. I only push myself to greater heights in order to kill more efficiently.
Are you saying you have no aspirations? Nothing to strive for but strength?
That pretty much sums it up.
I see.
You must understand. You needn't rely completely on your sword. I, on the other hand, walk a shadowy path. The sword is my only light.
I think you're selling yourself short. You are capable of more, and I think you know it. You've carved a path with your sword. Now is the time to explore beyond it.
No. All I have is my sword. You have the power to impact the world in other ways. I lack this.
Your words say one thing, but your actions speak louder. I know some of your history. I know you have a sense of justice. No ordinary assassin would have done the things you've done. Trust me.
Out of respect, I will consider your words. Perhaps there is something there.
Thank you, Navarre. That is all that I ask.
Navarre, what happened back there?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I saw you let that enemy soldier go. Why would you do that? Don't you have anything to say for yourself?
It was a woman. Raising my blade against her would break my code of honor.
How is it honorable to let the enemy get away? She could come back and kill us all.
Everyone here is capable of protecting themselves, Hinoka.
Yes, but it's also our responsibility to protect each other. That's part of the code I live by. You put us all in danger when you let that soldier go.
I'm not here to safeguard anyone. I'm here to fight.
But only the men, right? Never mind. At least now I know where you stand. It's a shame. You're such a skilled warrior. If I had your talents, I could do so much more.
I would be happy to teach you the art of killing if you like.
Whoa there. You mean teach me how to wield a sword, right? To be honest, I've always wanted to learn.
So that's a yes, then?
Yes. But what about your code? I thought raising a sword against me was against the rules.
I'm willing to make an exception for the purposes of training. But I warn you, my skills will be of no help to you in protecting your friends.
Maybe you're just not using them right. Did you ever think of that? I bet I can prove that a mercenary's techniques aren't only good for killing. And hey, maybe you'll come out of this lesson learning something from me.
That seems unlikely.
Well then, challenge accepted. I never turn down the chance to help a friend. And what you're about to show me might help you on the battlefield. So let's get started.
Ready when you are. But I hope you're prepared to give this your all. I require a worthy adversary. Let's just say I bore easily.
Then you've got nothing to worry about. I'm a quick learner.
Oh, Navarre, it's you.
Yes. And?
Sorry, I just didn't see you there. And once I did, well, you're very intimidating. Maybe that's why you're so scary, especially on the battlefield.
If you find me so scary, feel free to keep your distance. Goodbye.
Wait, now that you're here, I want to ask you something. Speaking of battlefields, maybe you could be a bit more careful? When we were fighting the other day, you were being so reckless. And there's a difference between killing mercifully and what you were doing.
I have no intention of changing the way I fight.
I know we don't know each other very well, but I get the feeling you're a caring person, Navarre. Deep down. I know you insist on fighting alone to protect your friends. That's compassion.
I think you misunderstand.
I don't. You keep people at arm's length because you care too much.
You've heard about my past, haven't you? And you still think I'm a good person? If someone hired me to kill your family, I would do it without hesitation.
Well, let's say you are just a heartless mercenary. Then why fight at all?
I don't understand the question.
Why risk your life for no reason? You could die.
So then I'd be dead. Who cares?
What? I would care. And wouldn't you care? Everyone's life has meaning, Navarre, including yours. It doesn't matter. I don't believe you anyway. I don't think you're as selfish as you claim. You've always protected me. And that's because under all that stoicism, you want to help others.
I'm growing tired of this conversation.
Navarre, I simply refuse to believe you're the heartless soldier you pretend to be. And I hope you remember that someone out there knows the real you.
Can I tell you something, Lady Sakura? I find you quite exasperating.
That's funny. I've thought the same thing about you.
Whatever you say.
I'm surprised to see you training in a place like this. Even after coming to this world, you still prefer to spend your time alone.
This is true.
I'm sorry I got you caught up in all of this. If you hadn't been with me, you would still be back in our home world.
This is not your fault. Besides, there are plenty of strong foes to fight here. Keeps things interesting.
I'm glad to hear it. The allies we made here are strong. They're good people. They're reliable, not unlike our friends back home. Tell me, Navarre, when my war is over, will you leave?
What makes you think I'd do that?
Just a sense I have.
As observant as ever. I may leave.
As I thought. I'd prefer you stay with us, though. We'll still need your strength. Caeda, myself, everyone in Altea. And if you're worried you'll run out of interesting fights, train as a knight. You could spend the rest of your life on the battlefield.
The rest of my life is a tall order.
May I ask why you would leave?
If I stay in one place, needless emotions will take root in my heart. They would dull my blade.
But emotions are just a part of being human.
It's simply how I live. I'm a killer, nothing more.
If that's how you truly feel. However, I will say this. You are no mere killer. I've never known you to turn your blade on an innocent or an ally. You fight for the protection of others. You're an irreplaceable friend.
You say that to everyone. I've no intention of leaving before your war is over.
Thank you, Navarre. It would be an even harder fight without you.
I'll continue to fight and win, if only to see the next battle.
Your strength is crucial to ensuring we all see the next battle. And when this war is over, I'd like you to consider what I said.
I will. Though it's doubtful my mind will change.
That was a close call back there, Navarre. With the archer? Thank goodness you showed up when you did.
It was mere coincidence.
Yes, well, it's nice to know you have my back.
I was simply doing my job. I'm nothing like that bodyguard of yours.
That's true. Agma is a pretty fierce protector. But with him gone, I'm relieved to have you around.
I'm not here to defend you.
Right, but you're strong enough to be one if you want it. You might just be the reason we all get back to our world in one piece.
You could say the same about Prince Marth. Or any of our comrades, really. Get one of them to protect you.
Of course, they're all very dependable. But in my opinion, they simply don't measure up to your level of skill. Don't look
look at me like that. All I'm saying is that I rely on you. Is that really so terrible?
You can do whatever you wish. Just don't expect me to be at your beck and call.
Clearly, I've hit a nerve, but can I just tell you how I see it? There's a reason we were called here, to this world. I'm not sure what it is yet, but we all have our roles to play.
Oh?
My role is to support Marth. And yours is to protect the people around you. That's just who you are, Navarre. It's who you've always been.
I don't know what you're talking about. I fight and I win. Those are the only two roles I care about.
Believe what you want, as long as you help us get home.
Of course. We have another war waiting for us, after all.
True. And I'll be relying on you on that battlefield as well.
Hi, Navarre. I heard you don't like to fight girls. Is that true?
Who told you that? Caeda.
So, I'm a girl, but what about my dragon form? Could you fight Dragon Tiki?
Ridiculous.
But I'm curious. If Dragon Tiki attacked, what would you do?
Unimportant. I only fight strong opponents.
So you'd fight me because I'm super strong as a dragon.
You, strong. You're just a child. A rather conceited child. I have faced death time and time again, but never succumbed to his cold grasp. You have no such experience. Even as a dragon, you'd be no match.
Ugh, I don't really want to fight, but you're making me angry.
Just forget about it, Tiki.
I can't, I won't. You and me right here, right now.
Unbelievable. You're one of Prince Marth's dearest friends. I will not raise my blade to you.
I'm Mama's friend, but you don't consider me your friend too. But since you're Mama's friend, and I'm Mama's friend, that means you and I should be friends too.
That's not how it works, but believe what you want.
Yay! I'm so glad to be one of your dear friends, Nana.
I'm leaving.
Hey, wait! If we're friends, we should spar together. Going against you is bound to make me even stronger.
You still wish to fight?
When I'm a grown-up dragon, I'll be strong enough to beat even you.
I'll believe it when I see it. I don't fight weak opponents, even if it's for play.
I'm not weak, and I'll get even stronger, Nana. When I'm fully grown, your little sword won't even scratch me. And it would be super easy to crush you with my dragon claws.
Truly? You're not yet at full strength? If that's the case, fine. I will fight you.
Really? Yay! Okay, let's go.
Not right now, Tiki. How long until you're fully grown?
Oh, like 1,000 years? Maybe 2?
Very well. We shall fight when that time comes. If I am still alive, of course.
Navarre, today's the day I get a straight answer out of you.
I've made myself clear. Don't disturb me during training.
Sure, but you're always either training or wandering off. There's no in between. Anyway, you're a plains boy, right?
I couldn't say. I forgot.
I could swear there's a strange wind to your soul. It marks you as different.
You're deluded.
That's what you say every time. We fought so many battles together, you'd think you could open up a little.
I do have some feelings to share. On how you use your blade. Like me, you've honed your skill in order to become undefeatable. Yes or no?
No, not at all. At least, I don't think so. Whatever skill I've learned is in the service of my grandfather and my friends.
Another delusion. Your blade is soaked in death. Yet you paper over that fact with fine words about your intentions. It's a farce.
Well then, if we're laying it all out, you're just as guilty of hiding your motives.
Oh?
There's more than one reason you swing that sword. And sometimes the reasons you find are stronger than the reasons you start with. Maybe to begin with, you were just out to prove you're a tough guy. But things have changed. You're making a difference every time you swing. You can thank Marth and Caeda for that. Ever since you threw in with them, your blade has meant something new.
A mere side effect of the death ideal.
Say what you like, but I notice you're not denying that what you do helps people. Which means you do put your skills to a use other than plain killing.
Lyn, you are trying to read something where there is nothing. Stop.
Am I wrong, though? Anyone who sees you fight would agree with me.
If it's a matter of intentions, why don't we let our blades speak for us?
Huh. That's not the answer I was expecting from you.
Are you afraid?
Don't flatter yourself. I'm game. There's no dodging questions in a test of skill. If it's the only way to get my answer, sure. I'll go sword to sword with you.
Then let us close our mouths and unsheath our blades.
Princess Minerva, allow me to thank you for covering Sakura during the last battle.
Of course. You really are always thinking of your siblings, aren't you, Ryoma?
A brother ought to look after his younger sister, correct? Do you have siblings?
An older brother and a younger sister. But my brother Michaelis is nothing like you. He killed our father and allowed an enemy kingdom to take our sister hostage.
How could... Might there have been some reason for him to do such a thing?
I believe they were simply decisions made in the interest of defending our kingdom. But I refuse to accept what he did. There must have been some other way. So I left his side and chose to stand against my own kingdom.
I see. I understand why you would feel so cold toward him. But I wonder whether he truly is an immoral person. It's not always easy for someone to play the role of both prince and older brother. If he had to put being a prince ahead of being a brother, then surely it tore at him.
Are you suggesting I should not blame him?
No. I cannot say you ought to simply accept his actions. I trust your judgment. But I know, as a brother and a prince, war is never simple.
I am happy to hear I have your trust.
And I hope you can trust me when I say you should confront your brother. If you intend to fight him, you must share your true feelings while you can.
You think I should explain myself to Michaelis?
I do. You are a princess who chose to go against the kingdom of her birth. But your motivation for doing so was to save your homeland and people, right?
Yes. Protecting Macedon is the reason I fight at all.
If you both have your kingdom at heart, your words may have some effect. And they would be words coming from his sister. If you speak, he may listen.
It's possible. Next time I see him, I will do as you say. I will tell him what I believe. At least then I will be free of regrets. Even if it ends in battle.
I'm glad you understand. Thank you for being open to my thoughts.
It is I who should be thanking you. I've been consumed by this for so long. It's been helpful to get the perspective of a great prince and model brother.
I'm not so great as all that. But now that you have declared me so, I must play the part as well as I can.
You are great. And I wouldn't mind speaking with you again, if you're willing.
Yes. And perhaps you could share with me the perspective of a younger sister,
I would be glad to. Let's plan on it. Sooner rather than later. Thank you for joining me for some training, Princess Hinoka.
My pleasure. It'd be worth it even if all I got to do was watch you.
You're nothing short of amazing yourself. How long have you studied the Naginata?
My brother started training me at 7. The age I decided to become a warrior.
I used to train with my older brother as well. A long time ago.
You have a brother too?
Yes. My brother used to be my teacher. And someone I looked up to.
Used to be?
Well, never mind. What led you to decide to become a warrior, Hinoka?
Corrin was kidnapped by Nor, and I couldn't let them get away with it. I refused to forgive them. Or myself for not being able to stop them.
So it was all to save Corrin.
If I rode a Pegasus, I could fly to Nor and save her. So I became a Sky Knight.
But it didn't come easy. My Pegasus companion wouldn't accept me at first.
Oh? That's surprising to hear.
I was inexperienced and overzealous. I tried to control her by force, but force doesn't earn trust. My rash decisions earned us both plenty of scars.
It appears she trusts you absolutely now. When I watch the two of you together, she seems to love working with you.
You seem to know a lot about Pegasuses. Have you ever ridden one?
Long ago. But I left my Pegasus behind in order to ride Wyvernback. I know that Pegasus riders are known for their effectiveness and mobility. I lead a unit of Pegasus Knights called the White Wings that are a testament to that. But as a member of the royal family, I felt I needed more power. In Macedon, the Wyvern-riding Dragoons symbolize our strength. So I switched. I imagine the Pegasus I left all those years ago still despises me.
I doubt that. A Pegasus can see the truth in her rider's heart. I wouldn't be surprised if she could sense your feelings even now.
If those words came from someone else, I may not believe them. But from you put my worries at ease. Thank you. I hope she's well after all these years.
If you're so concerned, you could go see her. I'm sure that'd make her happy. And when you go, I could maybe go along with you? I can't miss my chance to see the great Red Dragoon's chosen Pegasus, after all.
Well, if you ever visit my world, I will gladly bring you along to see her. And we can all take to the skies together.
Yes, you've got yourself a deal, Minerva.
Lady Minerva, have you been maybe fighting a little recklessly lately?
I'm sorry if I worry you, Sakura. I can get carried away when I'm on the battlefield.
You don't have to do so much when you have friends to support you. Though, to be fair, I'm not sure how dependable I am personally.
Don't sell yourself short. When you're nearby, I can fight with confidence. Whenever I'm with you, thoughts of my little sister Maria are not far from mind.
Maria? What's she like?
She's an adorable girl, just like you. Seeing her always filled me with courage. But my brother Michaelis handed her over to an enemy kingdom as a hostage.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I have to get back to rescue her as soon as I can. I worry she's wondering why I haven't shown up. Maybe she thinks I forgot her. Thoughts like that make me restless and impatient. And that comes out in battle.
I'm sure Maria doesn't think those things about you, Minerva.
Is that so? What makes you say that?
Even if I was in trouble, I could never hold feelings like that against someone I love.
But...
I think Maria is probably patiently waiting for you. She must miss you terribly. But more than that, she's probably hoping you're safe. Don't you think? She'd be sad if she knew you were hurt. Even sadder than she is missing you.
Thank you, Princess Sakura. You're right.
So then, do you think you could maybe be a little less reckless on the battlefield? I want to make sure you rescue Maria, so you can't get injured before then.
I understand, Sakura. I will try. For you, and for Maria.
Oh, Miss Minerva, thank you.
No, it is I who should be thanking you. Your concern for my well-being helped me realize what's at stake for me here.
Good. That's the best I can hope for. So I'm happy to help, and to be able to hear your story.
You are too kind. I promise to be less reckless and to lean on my friends more. And, of course, I will be depending on you as well.
I'll give every ounce of strength I can, if it'll be any help at all.
I just hope I'll be able to approach your level of contribution. An ally who soothes wounds and hearts. Matching your worth would be a feat.
Let's both do what we can.
Yes. As we're in this together, let's have each other's backs.
Excuse me, Princess Minerva, but the War Council is about to convene.
Ah, is it that late already? My apologies, Prince Marth.
Not at all. But my, what vigorous training that was. I must admit, I'm a bit jealous. Your martial prowess clearly exceeds my own.
Oh no, Prince Marth. It is I who is jealous. You have the power to lead many people. That is truly worthy of jealousy. As for me, I wonder if I'll have what it takes to lead Macedon once it's freed.
I should think someone like you would have that strength in abundance.
It's true that I have plenty of confidence when faced with battle, but beyond that...
I understand. Ruling a kingdom is no easy task. I know well your feelings of anxiety. I too fear I'm sorely lacking when it comes to leading my kingdom.
You?
It's true. However, along with my fear, I'm also filled with hope.
Hope can be powerful, but...
Even if I'm weak alone, I know I can do anything with my friends' help. If I'm joined by others who share my hopes, we can overcome any obstacle.
I'm working toward freeing Macedon, and others have joined me. But can our ability to liberate it translate to maintaining a lasting peace?
I believe it can. Though, of course, I have no real proof on that front.
I think I may understand my way forward. I must share my vision for Macedon with those who would work with me. And I must listen to all of their dreams and ideas as well. And if our opinions differ, we'll consider all sides and build from there.
Right. And by doing so, you'll all be sharing your goals in the fullest sense. It seems I was correct. You already have the strength your kingdom needs. And if you have friends to support you, I believe you will use it well.
Perhaps. Yet, I mustn't let myself be weakened by overconfidence. Faith in my friends has lost me battles before, and I was left feeling betrayed. I want to consider every angle so nothing like that ever happens again. And by doing so, I will push Macedon toward freedom and peace.
That sounds more like the Red Dragoon I know. Unwavering as ever. I would love to learn from your strength. Might I train with you sometime? We can strengthen each other and push toward our shared goals, as friends.
It would be my honor. Now, shall we make our way to the War Council? We shouldn't miss our opportunity to help shape our future, right?
Right. That's the spirit.
I don't mean to bother you, Linde, but are you okay? You seem lost in thought.
Oh, hello, Princess Minerva. I was just thinking about Princess Nina.
Princess Nina of Arcanea? I suppose you used to live in the Arcanean Palace, didn't you?
Yes, my father, Maloa, served as Pontifex in the royal palace. But when Dolar invaded, the palace was torn apart.
The royal family and everyone living there was either captured or killed, right?
Yes, except for Princess Nina.
That any of the royal family survived suggests to me they're not to be trusted, thinking only of protecting themselves. Perhaps they got what they deserved.
Princess Nina isn't like that. She's kind and strong. She's a good person. She's the only one that gives the citizens of Arcanea any hope.
Hope, And you believe she's worthy of that hope?
Yes. She's been through so much, but she still looks to the future with optimism. She's the reason I decided to join the fight against Dolar in the first place.
I see. If you defend her so fervently, then perhaps I'm wrong about her.
Oh. I didn't expect you to give up your position so easily, Minerva.
Being here has softened me. In truth, until recently, I'd been avoiding you.
Because I'm Arcanean?
Yes. From where I stand, Arcanea is at war with Macedon. I thought perhaps you might hate me for that very reason. But I've come to understand I was mistaken.
And I was mistaken about you too, Princess Minerva. Since Macedon aligned with Dolar, my view of your people had diminished.
So it is during war.
But you did say you would reconsider your thoughts on Princess Nina. So perhaps it is possible for our peoples to overcome their differences.
It's hard to imagine now, but the idea is nice. The sooner the better. Why don't we work together to build a future in which we're free from Dolar? If we can get along, I'm sure Macedon and Arcanea will be able to.
Yes, I'm sure we'll be able to reach that point eventually. Until then, I'll work to bring peace to the continent from Princess Nina's side.
Princess Nina must be relieved to have such a gifted mage behind her. We may have a long road ahead of us, but we'll make it. Right, Linde?
Yes. Now, let's take the fight to our enemies, together!
Gravity incarnate, binder of all things, I release your curse.
Lord Leo, what are you doing there with Brynhild?
Hello, Linde. I was just practicing. Are you interested in Brynhild?
Of course. I've heard stories about a tome only wielded by Norian royalty.
And I'm intrigued by your tome. Aura, right? It may be similarly restricted. I know. If you don't mind, would you consider trading tomes?
To try each other's magic? I'm not sure if you can use mine, though.
Maybe my being from another world will get around it. Only one way to find out. Would it be alright if I test out Aura first?
Sure. Let's see what happens.
Blast! It doesn't respond to me at all. Is there something I need to focus on?
Well, become one with the light? If you unify with Aura, its power is open to you.
One with the light? I'd always regarded light as magic, not as a thing itself.
No, you must embrace and ascend into the light. Once you're filled with its power, you release it. That's the trick.
I see. I think. So in other words, it's impossible for me to use Aura. I need more knowledge of light magic. Beyond any magical restriction, your tome demands great ability to wield it. You have a keen affinity for light magic. It's no wonder your father left you this.
Oh my! Such words from a mage of your high caliber. Lord Leo, I'm speechless.
Well, pull yourself together, Linde, and then give Brynhild a try.
Yes, sir! Gravity incarnate, binder of all things, I release your curse. Nothing? Really?
Indeed. The words alone are not all there is, you see. You call on the vitality of the planet and drive it to, say, ripen tomatoes.
Ripen tomatoes. While appetizing, it's hard to imagine making that happen. Is it like sending your power to the plants to make them bear fruit?
It's not just your power you use. You channel that of the earth. And if you add your own magic to that, you can increase the effect. Gravity incarnate, binder of all things, I release your curse. Your power is mine! Or, well, something like that. Get it?
Sorry, it may be too difficult for me. Brynhild's power is so profound. Even if I could get the basics figured out, I could never master it as you have. Such difficult magic at your command. You're a genius, Lord Leo. And your grasp of battle strategy is without equal.
You're a fantastic asset to the army yourself, Linde. And not just as a powerful mage, though I believe your skills compare to my own.
It makes me happy to hear you say that. Let's keep working hard as mages so that we can be useful to everyone.
We can overcome any hardship with the combined power of our magic.
You're making a habit of saving me from dire situations, Linde. With magic as powerful as yours, I'm glad you're fighting on our side.
Of course. And I might have saved you that time. But the only reason the enemy can't get to me is because you're protecting me.
It's only natural to protect your allies. I think we work well together. To be honest, I wish I had the power to protect all our allies on my own. I'm not that strong, though. And I'm still inexperienced as the leader of an army.
You? Inexperienced? There's no way that's true. You've been so helpful, even from the first day we met. I owe you. I know you asked Merrick to look after me before. I was able to make friends with a fellow mage for the first time because of that.
I'm glad to hear it. Poor Merrick. He's probably worried sick right now.
Oh, he's definitely worried about you, Prince Marth. Whenever we were together, all he did was talk about you. The whole time. Prince Marth is so amazing. Prince Marth can do anything.
Oh, did he?
Merrick always enjoyed himself most when speaking of you and Princess Ellis.
Even for a childhood friend, that is kind of embarrassing. But when Merrick and I are together, he often speaks of you.
Really?
Yes. He says your magic is amazing, and that it is heartening to fight beside you. And that it would have been fun to study magic with you in Caeda.
He really said all that?
I'm sure he is just as worried for your safety as he is for mine.
You're probably right. And that's all the more reason for us to get back safely.
Indeed. You, me, all of us. We will return home safe and sound.
Yep. And I'm not trying to copy Merrick here, but I also believe that you can do anything, Prince Marth. Please allow me to keep fighting with you. I will do all I can to protect you.
Thank you, Linde. I rely on you just as much as Merrick does, you know.
What a nice thing for you to say. I'm so deeply grateful.
You are an invaluable friend to me. I am happy to have you with us.
I'm happy to be here. You can count on me anytime, Prince Marth. This bit goes here, and then... it's all undone. How in the world?
Looks like this little miss is in distress. Do you not know how to fasten a cloak?
Niles? Where did you... I do too know how to fasten a cloak. It's these damned Atolesian cloaks. They're different from ones in my world.
Oh, of course. It definitely isn't that you haven't got your servants here to help.
I did have people take care of me in the palace, it's true. But that...
No buts. I can't stand spoiled brats with no understanding of hardship. You're the daughter of that famous pontifex, right? You must be so proud.
It's only natural to feel pride in one's parents. Are you saying you don't?
Do you mean the father who left before I was born? Or the mother who left after? I suppose I could find something to admire in a well-executed escape plan.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you'd lost your family. You've been alone longer than I have.
Alone? How do you mean?
Well, without your parents. I know that I was filled with joy as a child, but Garneth killed my father and turned my world upside down. I couldn't stop him.
Oh.
I tried, of course, but I was no match for him. It took all I had just to escape. I lost my home, my family, my friends, everything. It was hard. I dressed as a man to conceal myself. The things I did to stay hidden. So, I know perfectly well how to fasten a cloak, okay?
I get it. I suppose I should take back what I said earlier.
You know, I may have misjudged you too. You're not all sass and belittling people. You can understand the pain that others feel, even if you hide it.
No, I just can't live with having made a mistake and not correcting it.
Well, if you insist, we can leave it at that.
What's so funny?
Oh, it's not that it's funny. It's just... I suppose when I see you in battle, I feel this desire to protect you. Even though I didn't know, I think it's because we've both lost our parents.
Then I guess my instinct to protect you wasn't misguided either.
What do you mean?
You aren't some delicate flower who has never known suffering. You've beaten it. To make up for the horrible things I said, I'll protect you on the battlefield.
Then I'll use my magic to keep you safe as well, Niles. We'll be unstoppable.
Let's not get carried away.